everybody, welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. I am coming to you from Galaxy's Edge on Batu West, Disneyland, here to talk about my trip to the Galactic Starcruiser, which is coming up very soon, and to give you my honest opinion about some of the media that I've been seeing, some of the information that has been kind of slowly coming out about what the experience is going to be. I've been sent my itinerary through my Star Wars data pad, aka the Disneyland Play app. So I've got a lot of stuff to talk about with you guys, my honest opinion of how I'm feeling right now going into it, and maybe what I can expect, my fears. So as you guys may or may not know, the Galactic Starcruiser is a hotel for all intents and purposes. I would say it's more like a cruise ship, but a ship in space. It was described some years ago at D23 as being a luxury hotel experience. I don't know if they're still claiming that it's such. But either way, it's really meant to immerse you in the Star Wars story, or your own Star Wars story, for that matter, for 2 whole days. So normally when you come to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, Batu West or East, the idea was that you would be immersed in your own Star Wars story for the duration of time that you're there. We were told that Galaxy's Edge was going to be a fully immersive land with all sorts of creatures and Star Wars type characters roaming around. There was supposed to be lots of droids. There was supposed to be a lot of interaction. Basically, Galaxy's Edge had a pretty tall order originally when we were told what it was going to be, the immersive experience that it was supposed to be. As my friend Bricky from Adventures in Design had pointed out, originally when you walked in, every cast member that was working in Galaxy's Edge had a backstory. They were greeting you with the old bright suns, rising moons, all the language. There wasn't money, there was credits. And the reason I forgot was because they kind of stopped doing that. It's kind of ho-hum regular Disneyland style with the cast. Now, I'm not blaming the cast. That to me is more of a management issue, not emphasizing to their cast and the people working under them that they need to continue with this type of immersion, make you feel like you're not at Disneyland, that you're off planet somewhere else. I also remember something that they said was going to happen if you damage the Falcon on the Smuggler's Run attraction, that if you were to go to the cantina at some point after that, you would be hassled, for lack of a better term. You would be confronted by either Chewie or Hondo or somebody who was going to kind of hold you accountable for that damage. Again, immersing you in the story, letting you have your own Star Wars story in a real environment. There was supposed to be a restaurant. My point is, there was a lot of things that were supposed to happen in Galaxy's Edge that, likely for budgetary reasons, never happened. But let's talk about the things that did happen. We did get Stormtroopers, we did get Rey, we got Chewie, we got R2-D2, and we got Kylo Ren, but I haven't seen Kylo in quite some time. We even got Vi, a Resistance spy who was lurking around, and she was kind of fun. She would ask you if you'd seen any First Order, she would suss you out, she would vet you, for lack of a better term, to see if you were working for the other side. Were you a spy? I liked Vi. I thought she was a great character. Since the parks have reopened, I haven't seen Vi. Where is she? She's gone. So a few disappointments in how Galaxy's Edge kind of turned out, what they said it was going to be, and how it actually turned out. Now we know this to be true for a lot of things at Disney because, budget drives most creative endeavors, and they don't manifest the way that we would like them to. The reason I say all this is because this is the only comparison I have to something of the caliber of Galactic Starcruiser, and it's in the Star Wars universe. It's kind of the most recent giant project aside from Adventures Campus that I can kind of relate to the experience that I'm about to have. Now this week starts the media previews for the Galactic Starcruiser. So we're gonna get our first look probably by the end of the week. A lot of times when you have media previews, there's an embargo, meaning they tell you when you can release your video or your content or your reviews on the preview that you were invited to. Now keep in mind, when you're talking about a media preview, this is a comped situation. These folks are being brought in for free to review the product and to hopefully give it a flying color review. A bad review or a slight towards the product when you've been invited, it could possibly result in you not getting invited back to another media event. So the reason I say that is you might not be getting a non-unbiased view. You might be getting a little bit of a skewed view. Also keep in mind, you're getting a review from someone who didn't have to pay thousands of dollars for the experience. So I'm just hoping that we get some honest reviews. We're at least gonna get a look, but I just hope we get an honest review. So what should we expect from the Galactic Starcruiser. What is the experience? From what I'm told so far in the research that I've done, you arrive to the port, you take a shuttle that gets you up to the Halcyon itself, and from there your experience begins for 2 whole days. Now, the schedule that I've seen and the itinerary that we have, there's a lot going on from start to finish. Once it starts, you're in the story, you're in your story. You've been given the option to choose First Order, Resistance, Scoundrel. Not sure where I'm gonna go. I do have an idea about my costume, so I don't know if that's gonna drive my alliance to whatever side I choose. It probably will. That would make sense. I don't know if you can hear all the sound effects that are happening behind me, but I am in Galaxy's Edge, as I stated earlier, so you're gonna hear a lot of weird sounds and things that are pretty immersive, and I hope that that's the case with the Halcyon. I've heard that there's kind of a little rumble of the ship that you can hear, so that's cool. I wonder if there's going to be movement. I don't know. Probably not. That would be quite a challenge to make that entire place move. But anyways, let's take a look at the itinerary, and I'm going to show you kind of what we've all decided to do. We're going with a fun group of friends, by the way, who are all dressing up. We're all going to get super involved in the fun of the whole thing. They encourage you to dress up, by the way, so you're going to see a lot of cosplay, a lot of live action role play, aka LARPing they call it. I have not revealed how I'm dressing up, but I can't wait to show you guys. I have a costume now. It's some things are coming in the mail still. I've got a few things that I bought here at Galaxy's Edge, but we'll get back to that on the actual day, and I'll reveal that to you guys. But as far as the itinerary is concerned, at 4 p.m. to 4:30, ship muster on the atrium deck 6. So ship muster, much like a cruise ship, which I've never done a cruise, but what I hear is they gather everybody together at some point and kind of go over the safety and the rules and the what to expect. I think the cruise director makes a little speech at that point, and it's kind of a way to let everybody know what's going on, an orientation of sorts. So we have that first. Then at 5 to 5:25, we've got lightsaber training on the training pad deck 4, and I assume, from what I've seen, it's kind of a simulation of when Luke was on the Millennium Falcon with Obi-Wan training with that little training sphere thing that was like shooting lasers at him, and he was having to dodge it, and he made him wear the blast shield to shield his eyes so he could just, feel it. Remember that scene? So it's something of that nature where you're training with the lightsaber, but the time frame is only 25 minutes, and I kind of understand they have to get a lot of people through that, but I hope that's enough time to experience it. From there, we go to bridge ops training from 6:30 to 7:15, that's carved out 45 minutes for that. That's on deck 6 on the bridge. And I guess we learn how to operate the ship, and I think that's where you get to throw it into light speed, which we get to do that on the Millennium Falcon here on Smuggler's Run. So I don't know how different or interesting that's going to be. But I'm also told that it's not going to go as planned. Like, there could be an interruption, there could be an issue where the First Order is attacking and we have to deal with it. I'm hoping that it's kind of a little bit loose like that, Then from 8 p.m. to 9:30, this is really special. We're having dinner at the captain's table and an evening with Gaia. Gaia is that performer. If you saw any of the trailers, she's got a really good voice. She's a singer. That's at the Crown of Corellia dining room. I was looking forward to that. That could be pretty cool, sitting at the captain's table, getting to eat with Captain Steubing. And in this case, it's not Captain Steubing. I keep relating this to Love Boat because that's my only cruise experience I have, is watching the Love Boat television show from the 80s. And then we finish off the night with the cruise director's evening toast from 9:45 to 10 p.m. And then after that, I think that's the end of activities for the day. And so then my concern at the end of the day is, are we able to wander around, or is it 10 o'clock? Are you banned to your room? Can you not leave? I don't know. I'm assuming you can walk around freely. It's a hotel experience, right? A cruise experience. And for the fact that the rooms that I've seen and the media that I've seen of the rooms, they seem pretty small, much like a cruise ship. I've seen bunks. I've seen, full-size beds, but I've also seen like bunk bed type situations. So with that in mind, I just wonder how claustrophobic it might be. Is it going to feel like tight quarters? Because usually media, they shoot with wide angles, so the stuff they put out is going to make it look as big as possible. And if we're seeing that it's a little small by those standards, I'm a little concerned that when you actually get in there with your own eyes, is it cramped? Is it claustrophobic? I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, there's been a lot of criticism based on the trailers and the media that we have been seeing, and I can't really disagree too much about it because there's some activities that they've been adding that to me seem like stuff that you would do at maybe a kid's birthday party. There's dance lessons at some point is one of the activities, and it's for 15 minutes, so I don't know how you get dance lessons in 15 minutes. And then during the day, we're also able to be transported down to Batu, and I've heard some rumors that it's like that transport is not anything too fancy or themed, and I'm curious about that. I haven't seen anything yet, but I've heard somebody had mentioned something like it's a box truck, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I'm curious as to how that transition works from going from the ship down to Batu and then being immersed over in Hollywood Studios for the day. I don't know how that's going to work. So the Halcyon, aka the Galactic Starcruiser, is falling into the canon and the timeline of the Star Wars universe. So it's said to take place somewhere between The Last Jedi Episode 8 and Rise of Skywalker Episode 9. So that is kind of the time frame that we're dealing with. And it's said, there was a rumor that said that this is where Han and Leia conceived Ben Skywalker, aka Kylo Ren. So I don't know if that's going to manifest or not, if we're going to see that manifest. I heard there's also an experience where we get to witness a scene between Rey and Kylo Ren that is only reserved for the Galactic Starcruiser, that you'll never see on the movie screen, but yet it falls into the timeline and the narrative of the Star Wars universe. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. That'll be interesting to see what that is. The other thing I'm wondering is, they're kind of selling it like it's, you know, everybody's got their own story unfolding. So is it a choose your own universe type thing based on the side that you choose? If you're First Order, does your story go a different direction than someone who would choose Resistance or Scoundrel? How specific is it? And if, you know, I'm in a group of folks, if we choose different alliances, are we going to have different stories or be taken to different places? I don't know how that's going to work. Or do we all get to experience it together? I'd hope that we experience things together, because that's going to be the fun to me. I'm nervous in a lot of ways about the outcome, because I've spent a lot of money on this, as everybody in our group has spent a lot of money to experience this. And I don't regret that, but it just makes me concerned for, is the value going to be there? Is the value such that I'm going to say, hey, you know what, that was worth it because that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing, which I think it will be. But is it something where that value is like, wow, that was so cool, I would have paid anything to experience that, it was worth it? I hope that's the case. I will tell you that, much like the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, which fell short for a lot of us, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that they didn't really honor the resort, Walt Disney, Roy Disney, the way that we all would have wanted. But I will say that I had a blast that day because of the people I was with, the friends that I shared the day with. That made it really special, and I'll never forget it, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime situation. So with that said, I think that I have no choice but to have a blast, and it's going to be a great time because of the people that I'm going with. There is no doubt that we're going to have a good time. I've hung out with these folks before. We always have a good time. So we're going to make the best of it, 100%. My concerns are just concerns that anybody would have who's paid the amount of money that we all have, I think. And I just hope that the media preview that happens this week, that we get an honest look at what is happening, that we get an honest review about the experience. So my hope is that we get to experience something that is exclusive to the Halcyon, something that exceeds the experience on Galaxy's Edge by a lot. I feel like I want to see some characters that I'm not seeing already, although it looks like it's Rey, Chewie, Stormtroopers, Kylo Ren, the usual suspects. There's another concern that I have. All experiences are first come, first serve. That's the one I have a little bit of a hard time with, because I kind of equate it to like buying a first class airline ticket on like Delta One to Southwest, where it's like I paid thousands of dollars for this ticket to get this primo seat, but it's not assigned, and I have to do the cattle call and rush in there and grab my seat before the next guy does. Otherwise, sorry about it, it's first come, first serve. But I paid all this money, I paid top dollar. Why is it first come, first serve? I want to be guaranteed experiences. That I'm a little concerned about, I don't know. But with all of that said, what am I excited for? What am I really looking forward to? Why did I pay all this money to do this? I'm gonna tell you why. I want to live a Star Wars story. I want to live and be a part of an immersive experience that no one has ever seen before. It's the first of its kind. I want to experience that. I want to see droids that I've never seen. I want to be hassled by the First Order more so than I am at Galaxy's Edge. I want to feel like I'm in the movie. We're going to be immersed 360 for 2 whole days, and that I'm really looking forward to, because I think that's where the value lies, is that instead of just going on an attraction for 15 minutes, we're doing this for 2 whole days. So I'm excited about that immersion. I'm excited about the atmosphere and the set and the hotel and the look and the decor. I'm really excited about that. But I think the thing I'm most excited for, the very tip of the iceberg of what I think is going to be the most fun thing at the Halcyon Galactic Starcruiser, is hanging out with my friends, getting to be inside a Star Wars movie, dressed up, having fun like we're 7 years old again, watching the movie for the first time and being blown away at what we're seeing, and just kind of getting to share that. That's what I look most forward to, and I'm grateful. Without those friends, I would not be doing this. It was the only way we could kind of approach it, was together, which is cool, because it's like we're a tribe and we're going to experience this thing and survive it together, and whatever happens, happens, and we'll enjoy it no matter what. So that, I think, is going to be really cool. But I also want to give an honest approach to my review, because if there's families out there or folks that are planning on maybe spending their hard-earned money to go experience this, I want to tell them exactly what to expect, and is it worth it in my eyes from that standpoint, financially speaking, because people work really hard and they pay a lot of money to experience this Disney stuff, and this is one of the higher end situations that they're providing. And I just I want to be able to give you guys my honest review of that. But I'm still going to have a blast with my friends, trust me. But you're going to get an honest review. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm not going to hold back. If something looks cheap or cheesy or didn't really, follow through, or I feel like they reneged on their part of the deal as far as what they're offering and what we're paying, I'm going to let you guys know. But will we have a really good time? Oh yeah, you're going to see that too. You're going to see us make the best of any situation. That's what we do at Best Life and Beyond. I'm sad that Katie can't go with me. It's just that expensive that I had to do it solo, and we decided that I was kind of the bigger Star Wars fan in the couple at the Best Life and Beyond channel. So she was kind enough to say, you know what, you go do it, have fun, enjoy it with your friends, and she'll be down there on planet Earth waiting for me, and I can't wait to tell her the stories and show her the video of our experiences. Maybe I'll meet up with her in Batu if she comes over to studios the day that we're going down. Got a little chill. I gotta zip up my Disneyland jacket here. Said it was gonna rain today, but we kind of lucked out. It was like drizzling just a hair when I got here, but it's just cloudy now, so I lucked out there. I didn't want to get caught like I did the other day in that monsoon. Oh my God. All right, so in conclusion, I am looking forward to boarding the Halcyon, to going on to the Galactic Starcruiser. I'm looking forward to seeing the media coverage this week that's going to come out. I'm really curious. I think that should give us some more insight as to how it's actually going to be. I'm hoping for the best. I'm an optimist at heart, so I'm going to make the best of it. And like I said, going to be there with my friends, so that's going to be awesome. And I really can't wait to reveal my costume to you guys. I think you're going to, I think you'll like it. I hope you do. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I'm going to give you an honest review. I'm going to tell you how it is from a standpoint of somebody who's paying a lot of money like anybody else would. And is the value there? Is it worth it to spend that kind of money on that experience? And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when videos drop, when lives happen, when all good stuff happens with Best Life and Beyond. For Katie and myself, I will see you next time on Best Life and Beyond. May the Force be with us. Bye-bye, everybody.